When you bring up the name Jeff Torborg for Montreal Expo fans, we see him as one of the last key managers of the side before they moved to Washington. But his career in baseball was so diverse and so interesting. The native of Plainfield, New Jersey, will be remembered for years, and not only for the great career he had, for the impact he had in the sport. Now, he passed away in Westfield, New Jersey on January 19th at the age of 83. Playing in Major League Baseball for the Dodgers and Angels, 64 to 73. He became sort of a hometown hero. He eventually managed the Indians, the White Sox, the Mets, the Expos, of course, and the Florida Marlins. Now, growing up in Westfield, New Jersey, he eventually became a catcher in the Westfield High School baseball team. He attended Rutgers and played college baseball for the Rutgers Scarlet Knights from 61 to 63. In 63, he had a .537 batting average and was named an All-American. When the Dodgers eventually signed Torborg as an amateur free agent in 63, there was a lot of talk he was going to be their backup catcher. After playing in the minor leagues in 63, he made the Dodgers roster not as their second-string catcher, but their third-string catcher. In 64, behind Johnny Roseboro and Doug Camilli. On September 9, 65, he caught Sandy Koufax's perfect game and there became an overnight sensation. On July 20th, his luck with pitchers continued when he was 1970 was the catcher receiving Bill Singer's no-hitter. And, of course, Bill Singer, the opening day starter for the first Blue Jay game in 77. Now, on March 13, 71, after years as a backup, he sold Torborg's contract to the Angels. On May 15, 73, he also caught the first of Nolan Ryan's 7 no-hitters. He was eventually traded for the Angels and the Cardinals for John Andrews at the winter meetings on December 6, 73, but never played with St. Louis. On March 25, 74, he was released by the Cardinals. Now, the coaching career here where it gets kind of freaky. In 77, Cleveland took a chance on him as the bullpen coach of the squad. During the season, the Indians fired manager Frank Robinson and Torborg assumed the position, which he held for 3 years. He also was a coach on the New York Yankees from 79 to 88. In 89, Torborg left the Yankees and became the manager of the White Sox. A year after he took the helm, the White Sox won 94 contests, which was a 25-game improvement from the team's 89 season. For his efforts with the 90 White Sox, he won the American League Manager of the Year award. Torborg stayed with the White Sox for one more year before moving to New York Mets on a 4-year deal worth about $425 per season that dwarfed his previous deal of $250,000 a year. Now, the World Series champion for 65 had a way with players, and unfortunately, it didn't carry over in New York. Torborg's, after leading the White Sox again to an 87-75 record in 91, Torborg's 92 New York Mets posted a 70-92 record. After starting the 93 season with a 13-25 tally, the Mets fired Torborg and replaced him with Dallas Green. Now, for the rest of the 90s, Torborg worked as sportscaster for the likes of CBS Radio and Fox. On CBS Radio, he served as a color commentary for 3 World Series alongside Vin Scully. While at Fox, Torborg served as a color commentator from 96 to 2000. Now, when he returned to managing in May of 2001 to replace Montreal Expos manager Philippe Alou, this was a 3-year deal. When Jeffrey Loria, who had owned the Expos, sold the team and bought the Marlins in 2002, he brought Torborg to Florida with him to serve as manager. The team went 79-83 that year. After starting the 2003 season with a 16-22 record, they fired Torborg. Jack McKean was hired to replace him and led the squad to a 2003 World Series victory. Now, when he returned to broadcasting for Fox, he served as a color commentator for Atlanta Flames games on FSN South and Turner South in 2006, where he was partnered with Bob Rathbun. Neither Torborg nor Rathbun were retained for the 2007 season. Now, never made the playoffs, unfortunately, but record in Cleveland, the best season, of course, was 78, 69, and 90, and was left go in 79 after 43-52 record. He did finish second for the Chicago White Sox in 1991 and also second in 1990. And he won again 181 games over those two seasons. Now, eventually, overall, 250, 235 in Chicago. Not as good as New York. He went 85 and 115 before he was fired. With Montreal in 2001, he finished 5th in NL East. In Florida, he was 4th in NL East in 2002, but was fired again in 2003. Now, Torborg was of Danish descent. Ironically, his son Dale is a former pro wrestler, and his daughter-in-law, Christy Wolf, is a bodybuilder and former pro wrestler. And, of course, Dale was playing the Demon, the Kiss wrestler in WCW. Now, Torborg married Susie Barber on June 6, 1963. For more than 25 years, he lived with his family in a home in Mountainside, New Jersey. Now, unfortunately, Torborg later developed Parkinson's disease and again passed away in New Jersey on January 19th at the age of 83. So, ladies and gentlemen, a very interesting cat, and like I said, not the greatest catcher of all time, but what he did with the teams he played for. Like I said, he made Cleveland interesting. He made Chicago in the comeback. Chicago's success in the 1990s can be attributed to him. But like I said, ladies and gentlemen, baseball is funny. Like I said, we always thought that maybe Torborg was going to be a New York Yankees manager, and eventually became one with the Mets. But like I said, if you're going to look at a baseball player that knew a lot about the sport and knew a lot about what it takes to win and sometimes what it causes to lose, Torborg was, like I said, a very interesting cat. I know that maybe in Montreal, replacing Philippe Alou didn't make him one of the most favored people, but like I said, in Cleveland, I know a lot of people felt the team was a lot better after Frank Robinson left and he took the helm. And what's interesting is this, ladies and gentlemen, Torborg had movie star looks there back in the day, and his time in baseball, is going to be well remembered. It's been kind of rough in the last couple of years seeing all these great players and coaches and what they call role players passing away. But he was the good luck charm for Nolan Ryan and Bill Singer and Koufax, and people that's look good on your resume. So have you ever led a team before? Well, I didn't lead a team, but I caught some great pitchers. And like I said, he wasn't there as a hitter. He was there for his personality. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what we're doing here with our baseball tributes, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share. And like I said, we're trying to celebrate the best of baseball with our podcast. And people like Jeff Torborg gave so much to baseball. It's it's amazing that people like him. There's no really he's the last of a dying era where basically they were minor league players or backups and had great success, despite the fact he didn't have great success as players but as coaches. So Jeff Torborg, going to be missed, brother, from all the Expo faithful. If you like what we're doing here, we're a baseball tribute podcast. Let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.